Good morning, Leonard.
What just happened? You didn't
Yeah.
tell me I wasn't going to hear the countdown.
Oh, did you not hear it?
I didn't hear it.
Were you
I'm
down there?
just I'm just talking to you. Say, let's go, let's go. And it's not Saturday where you could be 28 minutes late. It's Sunday. You got to be right on time because Doug Boyle is in the chat room, Eddie Heckman, Jeremy Gibbs, the whole deal. When people get to the chat room on time, you start the show on time. And that's all that I got to say for now. Good morning, everybody. And you too there, Rhoda Lady. Morning to you.
Good morning to Leonard. Oh, Lordy. Okay, today's Sunday morning. It is a beautiful Sunday morning. And what else? It's just let's get going, right?
What else? Let's get going.
Talk about baseball.
Fernando Tatis went to the Padres spring training complex. He went there to get 6 at-bats on Saturday. So, according to Jace Tingler, my favorite, he sounds like a porn star, right? Jace Tingler, right? Okay. According to Jace Tingler, he expects Tatis to return Sunday. That's today against the Diamondbacks or Monday against the Colorado Rockies. How about that?
Yeah, today or tomorrow. I'm gonna say tomorrow.
All right, you're gonna say tomorrow? I'll say I don't know, but it's either one. It's quicker than I expected Fernando Tatis to be coming back.
Are you moving around your microphone and stuff? Are you moving around stuff?
I'm sitting in my chair like I do every day, 23 hours a day. Okay. What do I do the other hour?
I don't know. I just hear like this chiming, like this ching. It sounds like you're moving around and.
All right, I'll be perfectly still. I'll be as still.
Don't move the whole time.
I won't move. Just like the Dodger pitchers aren't going to be moving, as Julio Urias placed on the 10-day injured list on Saturday. Left calf contusion. That's 1 day after he got hit by a pitch on his left calf.
Yeah, so the Dodgers pitching staff once again reduced to nothing, basically, but they do have great stuff in Walker Buehler. Now, of course, they have Max Scherzer, so we'll see what happens there. But,
yeah, the only starting pitchers on the active roster now are Walker Buehler, who is a definite candidate for the Cy Young, Max Scherzer, David Price. Mitch White pitched 4 innings on Thursday, and essentially Mitch White now becomes the 4th starter on the Dodgers by default. Okay,
so
Mitch White.
Yeah. The only pitchers. What do you know about him?
Very little, by the way. Very little. The only other pitchers on the 40-man roster, not on the active roster or injured list, are Andre Jackson and Cole Hamels. Hamels has only pitched 3 1/3 major league innings since the start of 2020. He is still in what they call the build-up mode. Mm-hmm. So that's what we got. And Saturday, by the way, which was yesterday, was the Dodgers' 5th game in a stretch of 22 games in 23 days. They do have an off day on Monday, but it's possible that Urias could miss only 1 start. The way they pamper Urias, I doubt if that's going to happen, but we'll see. It's a very interesting situation with the Dodgers.
Is that the only headset you have down there?
Yeah, I'm not even using it.
Okay, hold on a second. Keep telling the Nuggets. I'm going to see if I have another headphones for you.
What's wrong with the one I have?
It's just making kind of crazy noises, maybe.
Jeff Trella in the chat room. Colombo is here. Good morning to you all on a great Sunday morning, okay? It is the lady and the legend disguised as the legend and the lady, okay? Now, this is something. Whit Merrifield, if you didn't see it, holy mackerel. Franchise record was broken on Saturday night, and they wanted to make sure. He's a very popular player on Kansas City. And when Merrifield took the field to begin Saturday night's game, He was playing in his 422nd consecutive game. That sets a new Kansas City record, tying Alcides Escobar on Friday night. And Nicky Lopez came out with a comment. He said to play 422 games in a row is insane. And in today's day, it's absolutely insane. Right? Look what happened to Kyle Schwarber. He came back. Right? Red Sox need him. Schwarber comes back. He plays one game. What happens the next day? Anthony D.B. Miller reminds me that he actually was given a day off. Given a day off. Gosh, by the way, up on Twitter, I put a poll up. What team do you think is going to be in the playoffs in the National League? Okay, hold on. Changing headsets. Oh, in that headset.
Here you go.
Okay.
Just like this.
All right, so put it
These
in.
two.
All right. There
I'll
you
put
go.
it in for you.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, hopefully this is better. I just changed earbuds, and who knows? I can only say if it's better, this bud is for you. Oh, you can't get much cornier than that, right? This bud's for you. Is it better? Is it better? Now, don't forget, I have a poll up. Much better. Thank you, Eddie Ekman. This bud is for you. The National League team that'll make the playoffs. I couldn't include the Mets in the poll. They only give you 4 chances, okay? The sound is better. Thank you.
Yay for me. Yay for me, Leonard.
Yay for you. The Phillies are at 28%. The Braves, 30%. The Padres, 23%. The Cincinnati, about 18%. And that should be about the way it goes. Andy, you think San Diego is going to sneak in and make the playoffs?
Unfortunately, I do not. I think San Diego is on a tumble down.
A tumble down.
They're tumbling down the hill, the mountain, whatever it is. They're tumbling down it.
You think that San Diego's tough? How about the Mets? They're already staring down a unbelievable challenging schedule. They face 2 of the top teams in the National League West for 13 straight games. It started Friday. Unbelievable. And did you see what Noah Syndergaard said?
This guy is such an ass. Okay. First of all, let me just tell Noah Syndergaard a little secret. You can't be an ass if you're not pitching well. So, okay. And this guy hasn't pitched in, I don't know how long, but he is such an ass. His comments are ridiculous. He needs to zip it. Okay. And go back to whatever it is that he's doing to get ready to pitch again.
Yeah. Well, if you missed the comments by the great Noah Syndergaard, he came up with a doozy. Okay. He said the Mets staring down a challenging schedule already. They got bumped to play in front of a nationally televised audience Sunday night ahead of a Monday night game in San Francisco. To the display, Syndergaard voiced it out.
Here's what he said.
Go ahead. You tell him what he said.
He says, "Hey, MLB, ESPN, whose dumb effing idea was it to change Sunday's game to a night game when we are traveling to the West Coast right after?" He said, "We won't get until Monday morning. Take on first place Giants later that evening." Brilliant. I would say we is not the proper terminology since you aren't pitching, number one. Number two, quit crying all the time, Noah Syndergaard, and get to work.
There you go. So that was Noah Syndergaard making his contribution to the Mets. I left the I left the Mets out of a poll, but if you think the Mets are going to make the playoffs, looking for Amazing Met fan whose birthday was yesterday. So see if he can be here in the chat room.
Okay.
Tyler Gilbert. Anybody have Tyler Gilbert on their team?
I do. I picked him up today when I was doing the notes.
Today you picked him up. Oh, yep. Terrific.
Into
Anybody have him on before he became the 4th pitcher in baseball history to throw a no-hitter in his first career start? The 4th.
I don't care. I went to my NL only league and I grabbed him quickly. I hope he works out.
All right. And the other 3, forget about it. Unholy Toledo and I saw only 2 of them. It was in 1891, 1892, and 1953, Bobo Holloman. Now,
What?
I watched baseball in 1953 a little bit. I was 6 years old. I don't remember Bobo. I don't
Well, these
remember.
guys have some weird names. Tyler joins a threesome with some weird names, Bobo and Bumpus.
That's
Bumpus
the
Jones.
that's the first time I've ever heard you say threesome.
Bumpus Jones, 1892, and Ted Breitenstein, 1891.
Oh, is it
So
Logan or Tyler? I think I'm
it's
being
Tyler.
corrected. It is
No,
Tyler.
no, Logan is a
Yeah,
different
that's
pitcher
right.
on a
It's
different
Tyler.
team.
He was a Rule 5 selection, and he pitched in. You know what a Rule 5 selection is?
Not only that, but he
Do you
last
know what
year.
it is?
Yes, I do.
It's when you're picked in the Rule 5 draft and you have to stay on the team the whole year. He's 27 years old. Okay.
Okay, and he missed all of last season because there was no minor leagues, but he did some, like, his dad's an electrician, so he spent the season learning electrician work. And anyways, his family was in the stands, and that's really great for him. But yeah, dude, this now is the 8th no-hitter, okay, which ties 1884 for the most in a single season in history. And the interesting thing about this is that 1884 was before the mound was even moved to the distance that it's at now. And on top of that, the no hitters, did you notice they completely stopped happening as soon as the sticky substance issue became a real thing? And so there's only been a couple, like, there was 2 yesterday, wasn't there?
Fantastic. Almost two. Miller
Okay.
almost threw one for Philadelphia. But I
Okay.
watched part of Tyler Gilbert throw, and I'll tell you something. His stuff was electric. Unbelievable. Ha ha.
And
Anybody get that?
no, I didn't listen to you.
You're
I'm
the one
sorry.
who said he worked for his father. His right? His stuff was electric. Anyway, you still don't get it. Dee diddy.
I'm not
Dee
listening to you
diddy.
because I'm looking at this
His
next
stuff was
nugget.
electric. His father was an electrician.
Oh,
All right.
yes. Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on,
I
baby.
gotcha. I gotcha.
All right.
Hey,
So
man,
yeah.
that's a good job to have. They get paid a lot of money.
Now Tyler Gilbert and your boy Dalton Varsho, right,
Yes.
had 27 combined career starts as pitcher and catcher, respectively.
Battery.
Right? Yeah, as a battery, they did it in the and Kent Merker, Javi Lopez did it back in 1984 for as many
1994. Hello.
in 1994. I'm sorry. I
Nobody
see.
cares about this.
I
Okay.
see.
Nobody
Now
cares.
Joe Musgrove though is the 12th pitcher to throw a no hitter and have one thrown against him
In
in
the
the
same
same
season.
season, right?
Guess who did it in 2015?
2015. I don't know. James Caprileon. Good morning, James.
That's a
I
pitcher, dude. We have a pitcher coming
I
to the
know.
chat
That's
room.
why I guessed him. Who did it in 2015?
Arietta.
Jake Arrieta just recently let go by the Chicago
Guess
Cubs.
what else? There was one.
Dogman is here. Dogman was a pitcher. He could have done it if he gave him a chance. Good morning, Dogman. Good morning, Big Al. Good. Wow, great
There's
chat
been.
room. This
Okay, be quiet with your
fantastic.
chat room
Shut
crap.
up. Okay, quiet.
There's been one other
Robert
note.
G. Good
Oh my
morning,
God.
Robert G.
How
You gotta
annoying.
talk
Like,
to you gotta.
if I was
Hey,
listening to this on demand, I would be like, this sucks. I would change the
okay.
channel.
All right, go ahead. And what would you change it to?
Bob
Somebody,
Gibson's no hitter on August 14th,
somebody drinking
1971.
bourbon through the whole show. Go ahead. Who
I'm
would you?
drinking Bailey's.
Oh, you are.
Bailey's and bourbon. I need some bourbon,
You know,
but I
you
don't have
bought a
any.
bottle of Absolute the other day, and it's almost gone. What happened?
No, that was my other bottle. My other bottle. I have
Oh,
two bottles. That was my
okay.
backup bottle.
All right, that was your
So,
backup.
and
Okay,
okay. You
go
need
ahead.
drinks this day and age. Okay. Drinks are very handy in this world that we live in. Okay.
Especially in this house. By the way, how do you like your new? How do you like your new living quarters?
I did not tell you. Last night, I was sitting in the chair after you went to bed, and I'm watching TV, and all of a sudden, this freaking bug or something starts flying towards me at full speed right at my face. I freaked out. I could not find the thing after I freaked out and got out of the chair. And, I was looking everywhere for the bug, and I was waiting for food to be delivered, and was too scared to open the front door because I thought maybe that the bug was in between the front door and the screen, and I couldn't find the bug anywhere, and I was like scared to death. I don't know why this bug made me so scared. I was really trying to figure out that for myself, but eventually I did find the bug and I killed it. It was a big bee. It was
I
a
got
huge
stung
bee.
yesterday.
It,
I didn't tell you. I was sitting outside and a bee was getting, you know where I sit, right near the
you
beehive.
don't tell me because you know that I would say you need to move
Well,
your chair.
I forgot when, and I swatted him away, and
Oh,
all of a sudden
dumbass.
I felt I hit him, but as I hit him, he stung me in the finger,
And you
and
didn't even get up and leave the area?
yeah, I did. It hurt a lot. I couldn't walk on it, even though it was my finger. But no, it really hurt, and then it went away. Okay.
Well,
Anyway, you
I
said
have
something.
spray for you if you have that problem. I have been
I know you've
Benadryl.
been terrific. You said something about Bob Gibson. What was that?
Yeah, there was another no hitter on August 14th. Okay, in 1971, I believe
Okay. Yep.
it was
And you
Bob Gibson.
mentioned the other no hitter, Matt Moore,
Oh,
came
can you
within one
imagine?
out of throwing a no hitter with the Giants back in 2016. And then he had 76 pitches, no hits, no hits, excuse me again,
Can you please?
48
Jesus
strikes. And then he handed things over to the great Philly bullpen, hoping for, if nothing else, a combined no hitter or at least a shutout. And anybody could have predicted that that didn't happen,
Yeah, Archie
as
Bradley comes
yeah,
around.
Archie
Home run.
Bradley's leadoff home run to the great Tyler Stevenson in the eighth inning. Tremendous. And you know what's interesting? This is
Grinky.
baseball. So yeah. Well, yeah, you could throw Granky in there. Here's a guy in his first start, pitches a no hitter, and then you take a look at I don't know, Zach Greinke's not a Hall of Famer, right? He's not
Yes,
a
he
Hall.
is. Why not? Why in the world does nobody love Grinky and he gets no love every time?
Well, he's got almost 500 career starts, and he doesn't have a no hitter. And yet
Oh,
Tyler
what?
Gilbert, one career start, has one no hitter, right? That's
That's like
why.
saying that a guy who doesn't win the Super Bowl shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because he didn't win a Super Bowl. That's unbelievably
No, I'm not
ridiculous.
saying Greinke shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because he didn't pitch a no hitter.
This
I'm
guy,
just saying how crazy it is in baseball that a guy like Greinke, who is a tremendous pitcher, I just don't know if he's Hall of Fame material. Anybody in the chat room think that Zach Greinke will eventually make the Hall of Fame?
well, let me tell you what his stats are for his career.
Go
He's
ahead.
pitched over 3,000 innings, if you can
Okay.
imagine. That might be the most in baseball right now. 3,082 innings and two thirds. Okay, his ERA in all those 3,000 innings is 338, and his WHIP is 116. And if you tell me that he doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, I don't know what to say to you because that's
You
just
don't
the
know what to
case.
say? I'm going to
The
tell you,
case
I don't think
is
he does. He's very close. He's very borderline. Malpal belongs in the Hall of Fame, and here he is. Good morning, the Malpal.
only one time in his entire career, one season, did he allow more hits than innings pitched. One time.
Wow.
And that was only just okay. He allowed that one time he allowed 161 hits and 158 innings, but that's the only time. And this guy's pitched over 200 innings at least 15 times. I mean, he's been around since 2015, so no, not at least 15 times, but I would say 10 at least. Okay, he's been
Yeah.
around since 2005. His first season, he had pitched 183 innings. The
Okay.
guy is a good pitcher. He deserves some love. Last year in fantasy, actually, he went for too much money, and so I did not get him on my team. And I think this year he was a little more affordable, but his ERA is 3.51 right now. He's 37 years old. He totally. I hope that he retires before he starts to get like Arietta type ways. I don't know.
Well, you got a long
Anyways,
way to go to that. By the
no, he's
way,
got one more year. That's
yeah,
it. This is his last year of his contract. That's
that's
it.
it, huh?
Yeah.
If you're looking for a closer in fantasy baseball, and it's still time to pick up a closer, look at the Yankees. I don't know. Do you know when Aroldis Chapman's supposed to come back, Andy?
They're talking about replacing him in the Yankees.
Are they
Um,
really? Well, they're not
yeah, but
replacing him with Zach
Rosenthal,
Britton.
Britain
Not with.
was Britain. Okay, first of all, Britain needs to quiet with his mouth. He's feeling bad for himself. So he's
Yes.
telling the management that he doesn't deserve to be the closer. So please give it to someone else.
Are you kidding me? You know, I take a look at a closer. I want my closer to say, "Give me the ball."
This guy's
Amir
crying.
Garrett said that. Give me
Oh,
the
Lord.
ball. I don't want a closer to say in save opportunities right now. I don't deserve to be out there. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me? Are you
Well,
kidding me?
he doesn't, but he doesn't need to say that, okay? Because he's blown 2 of his last 3 save opportunities. He's blown them. And I mean,
I want my closer to say, "Give me the ball."
on the season, he has 3 blown saves and 1 save. He doesn't deserve to be the closer, but he shouldn't say that about himself, dude. Anyways, Jonathan Loizaga could get some save
He
chances.
could get some saves. I've recommended him to a couple of people. Now, the Yankees have blown, what, 18 leads in the eighth inning or later this season? That, my fellow Americans, is the most in Major League Baseball.
Yeah,
The
they're going
most.
nowhere. Chris Sale, yay, Chris Sale.
Oh,
Whoopsie-doo.
baby, do we look forward to this? What do you think?
I love it. Chris Sale had a great game, and it really pumped up the team. Like JD Martinez reached 10 years of service time yesterday. I believe he hit
Yep.
a home run. Rafael Devers, this guy is on fire. We're going to talk about more about these Nuggets when we do the game recaps. But
Yeah.
Xander Bogaerts, that was his 1,000th career start at shortstop. So the Red Sox will definitely get some kind of uplift from this Chris Sale coming back. You know, he did a good job. He hasn't pitched in the majors for 2 years. He struck out 8, and the crowd loved him. That's all there is to it. It was a great day at Fenway. That's the bottom line.
That's for sure. And, you know, Yogi Berra said, of course, 90% of this game is 50% mental or 50% is 90%, and whatnot like that. I remember years ago when Tampa signed Troy Percival and who was the other guy?
I don't
Uh,
know.
it was Troy Percival and another player that had seen their better days, but they
Player.
were clubhouse people. They put Tampa on their back and they brought not on the field but off the field. And I will tell you, this Chris Sale thing could ignite them. Rafael Devers gave the Red Sox a 4-0 lead with a 3-run homer in the first inning.
Yeah, and then he
And
did a bunch of other crap too after
yep,
that.
so it was the third time in Chris Sale's career that he's allowed back-to-back home runs. That includes the playoffs, right?
Right.
So
So
Red
yeah,
Sox are good, man. Since 2000, Red Sox to record 3+ RBIs in 3 consecutive games.
Big Poppy.
Manny Bobby Dalbec in
Yeah.
his last 3 games, 7 for 11, 6 extra base hits, 11 RBIs. Right now, you gotta be careful with Bobby Dalbec, right?
Why do you have to be careful? Put him in your
He's
DFS.
on a hot streak. If you still have trading and you got Dalbec and you need a pitcher, put him out there. He's
Let
on
me do.
fire.
If you can still trade in your league and you happen to be the proud owner of Tatis, what do you suggest? I'm telling you that you need to try to take advantage of a situation when he gets activated either today or tomorrow and has a good game. You must put him on the market immediately in a redraft league, not in a keeper league. I definitely think he's worth keeping.
That's right.
But
And the
go ahead.
No, and the interesting part about the Red Sox is that we all say it's their offense that has powered them. The Red Sox, in their last 8 starts, they have a 2.7 ERA, and here's the 55 strikeouts and only 8 walks. So
Uh-huh.
don't think of the Red Sox as the team that's just. It's all about their hitting. It's all about their pitching right now. The
I know.
hitting has to get back on track.
Dude, they demoted 2 of their starting pitchers, okay? They demoted
Okay.
Perez and Garrett Richards. So their starting rotation consists of Sale, Eduardo Rodriguez, Nick Pivetta, and Eovaldi, and that's it. That's all they have.
And all we have is we're gonna have Crystal Ball coming up. So stay tuned. The best part of any show in the history of professional wrestling is Crystal Ball. And I'll tell you something else, Angie. Just keep your mouth shut for a minute.
God, I'm so annoyed at you because you just hog all the Mariners tidbits.
Andrea Lamont put on a performance yesterday one of the greatest of all time. If you
What?
missed her Saturday baseball, I'm telling you, she is a nobody could do what Andrea did yesterday.
I do
Nobody,
every week.
nobody could do it.
What are you
Almost
talking
two.
about?
You were sensational. And if you notice, Andrea does a video when the legend comes on. I only do audio. There's a reason for that, okay?
Yes, because you refuse to be looking nice.
And when you look at Andrea yesterday, you'll notice I don't even know how she does it. She doesn't even read her notes. It looks like she has a teleprompter in front of her. It's incredible what she does. There is nobody in fantasy baseball or Major League Baseball who could put on a performance like she did yesterday. Go back, listen. It's on my Facebook page. I'm telling you, it's on the site. Listen to Andrea's Saturday Baseball. You will not regret it. Okay, you talked
So
about the
right now,
Mariners.
I am learning how to do Adobe Character Animator, and we're gonna have little cartoons, little cartoons of me and you, and they'll whenever we talk, they'll talk. The cartoons will talk.
No
Okay.
update on Springer's injury. It just happened last night, so we'll talk about it
Injury,
in
he's
just a
fine.
little bit.
He'll be okay.
Andrea says he's. What about the Mariners? You mentioned them. Are they going to make the playoffs?
You know what? I'm sad to say that I don't think that the Mariners or the Blue Jays are going to make the. Okay, I know I've been saying even up till yesterday, I was saying that I'm not ready to count out the Blue Jays, but now the Mariners are literally tied with the Blue Jays for the wild card. They're fighting for a wild card. They're both 2 games back of the Yankees and 4.5 games back of the Red Sox for the wild card in the American League. They're 5.5 games back of Oakland for the first wild card and 4.5 games back for the second wild card.
By the way, we've got Captain 15 and Jay Stubbs in the chat room. Good
But
morning to you guys.
one good
Yes.
thing for the Mariners, who nobody expected them to do this well, and so you have to be, at least pleasantly surprised at what you're seeing from the Mariners this year. How their boy Jared Klenick, he did
Oh,
not
yeah.
strike out in 22 plate appearances. He's
Right.
hitting 267 with a 358 on base percentage and 3 home runs, 4 doubles, 7 walks, and 7 strikeouts in the month of August.
Not a bad one. So this kid, and of course,
But Vladdy Jr., dude,
wait a second, Kalenic. Is
forget
Kalenic
Klenick.
as good as we think he is, or is he so good because of the controversy? And of course, another player that the Mets gave away, but they got Robinson Cano. So
Oh, jeez.
I mean, I guess you can't complain. Are you kidding me? Mats, Wheeler, Kalenic. You can go on and on. It's just unbelievable to be a Met fan. It's
Vladdy
crazy.
Jr. hit 115-mile-an-hour single, 115-mile-an-hour single, and 114-mile-an-hour ground out. That's his 3 hits last night. Okay, this is unbelievable. That's the third time a player has had 3 batted balls at 114 miles per hour or more in a game since StatCast started. He joins who? 2 players that are still in the game. The first one is nobody can guess it, dude. The
Well,
second one
it
is
happened
Millie.
yesterday. It happened last night. Jake Myers.
No, Avisail Garcia did it
Avisail.
in
That's right.
2019. He had 3 batted balls in the same game.
Unbelievable. Avisail Garcia, one of the most underrated. Is there anybody more underrated than Avisail Garcia in fantasy baseball?
Plenty of people.
Did anybody draft him? Who's more underrated? That's a tough question to throw at you without giving you time to look. But Avisail, and by the way, those people who interview even the greatest stars in the industry and then ask them a question like that, sometimes you gotta think about it. But Avisail Garcia, and who touted Avisail Garcia months ago? Who?
You, I'm sure.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Yes, I
sure.
did.
How
Yes, I
about
did.
this for underrated player? I think Adam Frazier is an underrated player. Also, I think Cedric Mullins is underrated player.
Yeah, but you can't put Cedric Mullins in that class because he's relatively new. Same
Okay.
thing with Frazier, but Garcia.
Arenado is underrated.
Oh,
Kyle
stop
Seager.
it!
Kyle Seager, is he not
Avisail
underrated?
Garcia. Did anybody in the chat room draft Avisail Garcia?
He stinks.
Anybody draft Avisail Garcia? Okay.
How about this idea?
Yes. Who's guest
Kyle
Brian?
Seager
Guest
is
Brian. Put your name in the chat room. All right, go ahead. We're not talking Bauer today.
I'll talk Bauer all day long.
You
More
did
stuff
yesterday.
came out yesterday, by the way. More stuff came out after I did Saturday baseball. More information came out. Bauer is speaking now. Court
Okay,
starts
we'll
tomorrow.
talk. We'll talk about it in a little bit. Go
But
ahead. But
I will
Abigail
say,
Garcia. Anybody draft Abigail Garcia? Anybody want to know that?
I think you
Okay.
should reserve your judgment for people until you hear the whole story.
I'm not against them.
I'm
I'm just
talking about in
saying
general. I'm not accusing you or anybody else specifically. I'm just
let
saying
let
people.
it sit. Okay. No distractions. We're in the stretch run
You
for
said
fantasy.
Bauer.
No distractions. Okay.
Okay, moving
Uh,
on. Okay, first two career home runs in the same game yesterday. Jake Myers
this
for the
is an
Houston.
Astros history.
I just said two career home runs in the same game in Astros history.
Oh, I didn't hear you say
First
that.
two home runs
Happened
in the
last night, right?
yes, Jake Myers did it.
Who's Jake Myers?
I
Anybody
have
know
no
Jake
idea.
Myers? Where's the itch? Tell me about Jake
Okay, but
Myers.
we don't have to go through all the other ones. It's like
No.
Lance Berkman and Bobby Abreu and a couple other ones. But
Yep.
so let's talk about the live look at the home run leaderboard. Otani is back on top with 39.
39 home runs. Are you kidding me? Now, would you agree, Andrea Lamont, the Roto lady, the love
Yeah.
of my life? Okay, yeah, I just said that. And you don't
Oh,
have a
yeah.
comment? That Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that Shohei Otani is having the best ever season in Major League Baseball. Is there any question?
Yeah, there's question. Absolutely, there's question.
Are you kidding
Doesn't
me? The
you want to talk
best
about
ever?
ever in baseball? I mean, it
Yes.
depends on what you're looking at, but if you want to talk about like the best ever year in baseball, you could give that to Barry Bonds, who, or a lot of different players. It depends on what you're looking at, but if you're looking at like the overall at what he offers the team as a whole, he's pitching, he's hitting, he's doing everything. Yeah, maybe.
Or
Maybe.
very simply, who has had the best overall season in Major League Baseball? Was it Bonds or is it now Otani? There has
Pedro.
never been a player like Shohei Otani in the history of baseball. You're
I can't
saying
yeah.
Pedro Martinez?
I don't know. I'm just making up stuff. I just think it depends on what stat you're looking at to
Right.
make your assumption. So, but yeah, Tatis is still on here in third place, and he's not even playing, right? So, anyway, Dansby Swanson, yay for Dansby Swanson!
Yeah,
This
he's
is
coming
where
on, man.
finally, okay. So at the beginning of the season, I put him on a lot of my teams because our friend that does the bat, what's his name? That
Derek
young,
Carty.
yeah, Derek Carty. He said the bat loves Dansby Swanson, and I said, okay, I'll trust the bat, And we're big fans of Derek Carty, just as a person, and his knowledge is beyond belief. Um, this guy is hitting like crazy. Put him in your DFS lineup every single day until his price gets too expensive. But right now, it's very affordable for what he's doing. Sixth career multi home run game. No other shortstop in Braves history has more than 4 multi home run games. He has 6. Dansby Swanson, get some love. Cheers to you.
There you go. We have just been honored by the Wednesday night 7 o'clock show right
Yay,
here.
Taco.
Taco and what's his name? Hopeless King
Hapster.
Hopeless. Oh, King Hap. That's his name.
Hapster.
The Hapster. The Hapster and the Monster. The Hapster is here. Taco is here.
And they
Don't miss their 7 o'clock show on Wednesday.
yes, and they have
Don't
Happy
miss
Hour Social Club on Facebook group. You could be
Happy Hour Social Club. I'm wearing one of their shirts now. It's fantastic.
yes,
All right.
Lenny wears them all the time because I
Yes,
make
I
sure
do.
that. So when I do the laundry, I always put the Happy Hour Social Club shirts right on top.
Wait a second. You do the laundry?
And when I was a kid and I didn't like pants because my mom used to try to put me in bell bottoms in the 70s,
Yeah.
then I would hide the pants that I didn't like in the back of my drawer so that when she picked out my clothes to go to school, I would get the cute stuff only. And so that's what I do to you. I put all of the Happy Hour Social Club shirts on the top.
And you don't give me. I have shirts that I wear one shirt a day.
You get what I
Okay,
give you. That's what you
so
get.
that's 7 shirts a week, and I can't. I haven't seen shirts in 3 months. What happened to my Cardinal shirt?
That's because I told you I put the Happy Hour Social Club shirts on top.
Ozzy Albies Ozzy Albies having a very quiet, great season. Had a
Yeah,
home run of 111 mile per hour exit velocity. That's the hardest hit ball he's ever hit in his career. He's
and
really come on.
it still doesn't even hit. It still doesn't even max out at Vladdy Jr.'s single. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. How about Brandon Crawford? Congratulations. He wanted to stay as a Giant, slugging 540. He entered 2021 with a career 392 slugging percentage, okay? And only three players in the history of baseball have slugged 500 or more in a season at age 34. He's having a great season, but he's not going to, he's not going to.
You keep saying it's not going to last for these people over here in
Yeah.
San Francisco, and it is lasting. Evan Longoria came back yesterday and got some hits.
Okay,
so
well, how much are you paying for Brandon Crawford next year?
you're going to get him at a good deal. So you might as well put him on your team because he's actually he's very affordable in drafts.
That's right. Don't forget, the only person in this country who has a birthday and gives presents to everybody else. That's ridiculous. That's why he's hopeless. King hopeless. It's his birthday,
Today
and
is
Wednesday night he's giving away presents. Wednesday night's his birthday.
This coming Wednesday, right?
This coming Wednesday.
Okay, join us for happy hour at 7 p.m. Okay, we will be having a big party.
But he's giving presents to everybody on his birthday.
We should send him something.
We should send them something, but we won't.
Yes,
the Yankees,
we will.
Are you watching the Yankee White Sox game? I don't know if you saw that last night.
Am I watching it?
Yeah,
I
on
watched
TV.
it at the Field of Dreams.
Okay, but I got to tell you, this seems like a playoff series. This seems like a playoff series. It's not just a regular season.
You got that from the news. Somebody wrote that, and now you're taking it, and it's plagiarism.
Well, no, it does. When I watched part of the Field of Dreams thing, and I hope everybody. I hope everybody saw me run around the bases. But remember, if you did, that was my home run trot. Okay,
it's on the website. They can just scroll down and see the video of it and how annoying you are.
It was my home run trot. Remember that, okay?
Well,
I didn't go full blast.
Aaron Judge, let's talk about it.
I have hit triples and inside the park homers in my career. So, just letting you know.
Go ahead. Nobody loves you more than you, okay? Nobody.
Go ahead, Aaron Judge. You were saying?
Go ahead, sacrifice in the first. Go ahead, RBI double in the third. Go ahead, solo homer in the 8th, and a go ahead RBI single in the 10th. Now, don't say anything, but let me make a point of this. What this says to me is that the Yankees continued to lose their lead constantly, right? They lost their lead 4 times.
Yes.
He's only the 4th player in Baseball Reference database with 4 go-ahead RBIs in a game. The other ones, Donaldson, Starlin Marte, Eddie Matthews, and of course Judge did it yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
Lots of tidbits from yesterday, right?
Yes, unbelievable. It was really pretty good. So look,
okay, hold on.
By the way, Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton are on the injured list.
Okay, can Stanton get rid of the mustache?
Wait a second.
It looks horrible. His mustache makes him look like Mr. Potato Head. It's not
you know why they're on the injured list? Because they have corns on their feet from playing in the Field of Dreams. I said they have corns on their feet. They can't walk because they played in the Field of Dreams game.
They probably all have a bunch of bug bites.
Okay, you're not even paying attention. What show are you listening to?
You think that's the first time I've heard your corn joke? I've been hearing your corn jokes for the last 5 days.
What player? Genius of the day question. Anybody who gets this is cheating. So
what in the world is wrong with you?
Tell me the most amount of errors that's been ever made in a single game by a single player.
Some dude in 1915, okay? 1915. The only person in the world that would get this is George, and he's at work. So
that's right. Okay.
And by the way, Douglas will be on at 1, and George will come on at 6:30 tonight. We have some more shows. If you're not fed up with baseball after we're done with you.
That's right. We got Dougie Boyle and we got George. Dougie Boyle is on 1:30, 1 o'clock. And then you got George at 6:30 if he makes it home from work.
The Padres are on the road to nowhere right now. They've lost 3 straight to the Diamondbacks, who, by the way, has the worst record in baseball. So what does that say?
Not bad. By the way, the answer to the question is 5 errors. Napoleon Lajoie did it in 1915.
You're the only one that knows who that is because
I do know it. And by the way, Rafael Devers Is it Devers or Devers?
It's Devers.
102 runs scored, 132 RBIs in his last 162 games.
Big
Are
deal.
you kidding? Is he a first rounder next
Hold on a
year?
minute.
Is he a
100.
first
Okay.
rounder?
Not based on those stats. That's not a first rounder stats. I mean, you could get 100 RBIs and 100 runs. That's an accomplishment, but it's not like anything amazing.
Second round?
Yeah.
Would you take him over Lindor?
Yes, dude.
Would you
Yes.
take him over let's see, would you take him over Lindor? You would take him over Lindor.
Absolutely.
You would take Rafael Devers over Lindor.
Without a question.
Would you take Devers over who's the first baseman? Bellinger.
Oh, hell yes. I'd take a lot of people over Bellinger.
Would you take him over Christian Yelich?
Yep.
How much are you paying for Christian Yelich next year?
$0.50.
Two, 260 limit, 12-team league. How much you pay? You paying $20 for Yelich? Yes or
No, I
no?
said 50 cents. I'm not paying for Yelich. No.
Are you paying $20 for Lindor?
Nope.
Are you paying $20 for Bellinger?
No way, dude.
Whoa.
He doesn't even eclipse the $10 mark.
No
No
kidding.
matter what he does for the rest of the season, he can't possibly make my list.
Unbelievable.
I'll take
And
Soto.
we will be going over plenty of players for next year, so stay with us even in
Harper.
the off season.
Is it time for Harper to start the season and have a great? I mean, he's having a good season now.
Oh, is he MVP?
He's first rounder next year.
If the Phillies win, and right now going back to the poll, let me just update it here with over 50 votes. The Phillies, where are they? Let's see. I'll tell you what. You got the Phillies with a 30% chance. The Phillies are the team tied with the Braves, who people believe will make the playoffs. The Padres are third. The Reds are fourth.
The Phillies will not beat the Braves. They're not a better team than the Braves, and they are not going to win that division. And because of that, they won't make the playoffs because only one team from the NL East is going to the playoffs.
Okay. What about Ronald Torres, the Philly shortstop? Okay.
I don't even care about him.
Well, he did something interesting yesterday. He hit a home run and a bunt single in the same game. Okay.
Whoop-de-doo.
I wonder how many players have hit a bunt single and a home run in the same game. He did it yesterday.
Why is that a stat? Why is that something?
It's just, it's
a bunt single and a home run in the same game.
That, my lady friend, is called a nugget.
People are very bored.
A nugget. Kevin Newman had a nugget. You know what he did?
It's a lame nugget.
Kevin
Nuggets are lame.
The third number 8 batter who hit 4 doubles in a game since 1901. Is that a nugget?
A weak nugget.
You talked about the Padres. And you're right. They lost 3 consecutive games to the Diamondbacks. Wow. Does that mean they're done?
Hurry up. I can't wait to talk about Miggy.
Oh, go ahead. Talk about Miggy.
No, he's not on yet. Not his turn, but I can't wait.
Okay, go ahead. The Orioles, Eddie Heckman, you can turn the sound off for a minute. They are 0-41 when they score 2 runs or less.
Okay, let me comment on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not that surprising when you score 2 runs or less. That
no, it's not. You're absolutely
you
right.
have to score runs to win a game.
But to be 0-41 in anything is pretty tough.
The Orioles they have a bright future. That's all I'm going to say about that. The Orioles have a bright future. So hang in there, Eddie. Hang in there, buddy.
Who has a better future? And I like what the Orioles are doing with their glut of outfielders. They need some pitching. Who do you think is going to is building a better team, the Orioles or the Tigers?
Sorry, Eddie. I mean, it's a toughie, but the Tigers are really building a great team too. But let's talk about Corbin Burnes and Zach Wheeler.
Oh my gosh.
They're the only 2 pitchers in baseball with a WAR over 5. The next one down, the third in WAR is for starting pitchers is Eovaldi. He's at 4.1 WAR. So we're talking Wheeler with a 5.5 WAR and Corbin Burnes with a 5.6 WAR. Corbin Burnes strikes out so many freaking batters. It's crazy. He hardly ever walks anybody. Neither of these 2 guys give up any home runs. They're both excellent this year. Both of them 50% ground balls. I mean, they're FIP and their XFIP. So let's say their ERAs we have for Burns is 2.23 and for Wheeler is 2.56. Their FIP is 1.52 and 2.58 respectively. Okay, that means in order.
Wow.
Got it? Ground ball rate 50.7 and 49.8. Holy crap. Along with the fact that they're striking out over 10 batters per 9 innings. You just very rarely see that a pitcher has such high ground ball rate and can strike out that many batters. It's just a great thing for these two, and you would have never expected that going into the season. But you do have Garrett Cole and Walker Buehler and Brandon Woodruff. Like, I don't know what they could possibly do to catch these guys in WAR. But
so next year, who's your number? Let's say you're up, and let's say it's the third. Who's your first pitcher that you want next year to anchor your staff? Fantasy baseball.
I don't know. I might say Zach Wheeler. Do you remember when I told Scotty Engel on Sirius Radio before it was even an idea that I would ever be on Sirius Radio? I told him that out of Matt Harvey and Zach Wheeler, that Wheeler was a better pitcher. And I got...
Wait a second. You said it was Matt Harvey.
No, I did not. I've never said that. I told you I didn't like his whip when he threw the ball and released it.
Oh, that's right. And that's right. And he got Tommy John surgery a month later. You're absolutely right. One of the greatest. I think I have that clip. We're going to put it up in the chat room at some point. Here's one for you. I want to know if you remember this player.
Okay.
Luis Severino. You remember him?
Of course I do. This guy is always on my mind.
You always on my mind.
He's going to the doctor tomorrow. That's all we need to tell you. He's got a shoulder problem. A shoulder feeling tight is a bad thing, even though the Yankees are trying to play it off like it's just precautionary. This guy is just, it's not the first time he's been set back. Don't even count on him to come back. He's not, if you leave your expectations low with this guy, you don't have a lot to worry about. But Mike Trout's not coming back either, by the way.
Luis Severino. Well, I'm going to ask Claire, who's coming on? Is it Clairvoyant coming on? Or
Crystal
is it
Ball
Crystal Ball?
Here.
We got Crystal Ball coming up next, so hang in there with us. Luis Severino, will he play again this year? Or no. Mike Trout? Will Mike Trout play again?
Good morning, Dennis Cole.
Who?
Dennis Cole in Facebook. Dennis Cole.
Oh, yeah, Dennis that's Cole. Star Dog, man.
Hi, Star Dog.
There's the Star Dog. Good morning, it's the Star Dog. We're all over the place. Okay. Hilliard has a 300 career average in Coors, and they're home all week. Thank you, Jeff Trella. Thank you. So do you think Trout's going to play? Do you think Severino's going to play?
No. If he does, it's not going to be worth anything. But Severino, I don't think is coming back. I don't think Mike Trout is coming back. And the worst news of the day, I can almost guarantee that Jacob deGrom is not going to help your team anymore this year. You'll be lucky if he comes back at the beginning of next year.
That's pretty bad. So let's end the Nugget section before we get to Crystal Ball with arguably something that nobody's going to remember.
The worst Cubbies team in town. Hold on a second, because Lenny, this is our we're taking a break for a second. Be right back.
Okay, we're back. Sound okay? Okay, there it is. Hey, we're back. Okay, it's very interesting because we do a 3-hour radio show on Sirius Radio, and that seems to be okay. But can you listen to a 2-hour podcast? No. You can.
What are you talking about? Let's move on. You were going to finish the nuggets. Now let's go.
Yeah, I
Finish
have.
the nuggets.
Ed Heckman says, "Come back soon." You hear the sound? Okay, Eddie, you got the sound? I'm
Yes, he
here.
does. He has it.
Okay, he has the sound. Captain 15, thank you very much. Okay, now the Chicago Cubs were tied for first place in the National League Central June 24th, which was the same day. Remember, they had the combined no hitter. And since then, they are 10-34 and going nowhere. Okay? Unbelievable. Jeff Trellis says the Rockies have 16 home games of their last 27 to close the season.
Nice,
So,
dude. That's great for
unbelievable.
fantasy, for
That's
offensive
fantastic.
hitters.
So, if you can get, I'm disappointed in on the Rockies. Garrett Hampson. Very disappointed on
Garrett
Garrett
Hampson
Hampson.
got in trouble yesterday.
He did.
Yes, or maybe it was Brendan Rodgers that got in trouble. One of them got in trouble because they weren't hustling. We'll talk about it when we run into the game. I think I have it in my notes.
All right, you want to do crystal ball?
I want to do okay, we can. Sure. Crystal ball.
All right, let's bring on the lovely and talented Crystal Ball. Good morning to Crystal. How you doing there, kid?
Okay, so when I do the character animation from Adobe, when I do the characters, I'm going to make Crystal Ball her own character, and she'll have her own psychic voice too that will be better than mine.
Absolutely. Crystal Ball, who has made numerous predictions for the last, 8 months? You have not been wrong on any.
That's a lie. Okay.
That's not a lie.
Stop lying.
Travis d'Arnaud is back. Another player that the Mets gave away. Matt Harvey is back. Another player the Mets. All right. Okay. Will Travis d'Arnaud be worth picking up? Do you expect him to have a big finish on a Brave team that's struggling to make the playoffs?
Okay, so absolutely, are you kidding me? If he's not on someone's team, then you need to grab him tomorrow or today or whenever the day is that you pick up players. Anyways, like yesterday, he went 0 for 5. But, before that, he played 2 games since he came back from the injured list, and he was batting .375. He had a home run, 3 hits, a run, RBI, and he didn't hit yesterday. I said he went 0 for 5, but he's not that great against left-handed pitchers to begin with, and I do think that they're going to probably give him a rest if it falls in line with the rest of the baseball, and all of a sudden they seem to be like, you can't play consecutive games if you just came off the injured list, even though it's crunch time, people. So what are you doing benching guys like Schwarber? And d'Arnaud is going to get benched sometimes, but I say that he could probably hit maybe 6 or 7 homers from here to the end of the season. He will get RBIs. This team is absolutely, how you're saying, so goes the player or the team.
Yep, as the team goes, so goes the player.
Well, that's
and
what's
by the way, you
with
can't
him.
say 6 or 7. Your
7.
Crystal Ball. You gotta say it exact.
I'm gonna give him 7 homers.
Okay, don't forget Doug Boyle coming up this afternoon at 1:00, and don't forget 6:30 the Roto Imbeciles with the lovely and talented George. Matt Harvey, will he have any worth for the rest of this year and for next year? Do you think Harvey's going to be worth anything? Would you draft him next year?
I think Harvey is not going to be worth anything, just like he's not worth anything now. Although I give him a lot of credit for, working his way back. But bottom line, he stinks. Move on.
Now, James Caprion wants to know how your kids are.
Oh, wiffle and football. Yep. And golf. They're out on the golf course right now playing around.
This kid, what's his name on Atlanta?
Wainoa.
Huascar. Is he going to have a big finish this year?
No.
No.
I'm sorry. He allows too many home runs. Okay. But I will say this. If you dare, I did find this out, and my crystal ball told me, he's great at home. He's horrible on the road. He has a 1.54 ERA at home and a 4.64 away. And this is not just based on a small sample size. I really do believe that he's worth playing in DFS if he's at home, but he's not really going to save your team or anything because he is what he is. But definitely at home, he's much better.
Okay? Looks like Barnes is having a little rough road. Barnes. You're gonna. On Boston. You going to take on Davino for saves?
No, I'm not going to take either one of these guys for say. Oh, okay. Ottavino is not good, but he is getting save chances because Barnes is tired. Barnes has been horrible lately, and both of these guys have been horrible. I feel bad for that, but they're going to share saves going forward, if that answers
Okay.
your question.
Ed Heckman wants us to send reminders before the shows. You got Dougie Boyle at 1, and you got Roto Imbeciles
Where
at
should we send it
6:30.
to? Should I text you,
Yeah, we'll text them.
Eddie?
Okay. How about Lazardo now is in the rotation for Miami?
Yes,
Is
no,
he someone to get?
no. He's got real
Okay.
big problems with his command right now. He's walking so many batters. He's only been in Miami, which is the best. I would say it's up there in the top 3 ballparks or top 2 ballparks for pitchers. And he can't even still. He's walking batters. He's walked 11 batters in 14 and 2/3 innings since he's been a Marlin. And he has a 9.20 ERA. So while he does strike out batters still, he's got some serious issues with his command and control and all of it. So no on Luzardo until he gets his shit together.
Roto Lady already talked about this real quick. Severino, any value for this year? Jake DeGrom, any value for this year?
Poor Jake DeGrom. No. DeGrom, no. I know it feels horrible, but what are you going to do? If you have DeGrom on your team, what are you going to do? You hope, but the sad news is even if he's going to get okay, so he's going to remain shut down from throwing for at least 2 more weeks. He was reevaluated on Friday. The MRI revealed reduced inflammation in his elbow, but even if he's cleared to throw in 2 weeks, the earliest he could possibly return is late September, which is too late for your fantasy team. So that's the bad news of the day. Don't blame the messenger.
Shane McClanahan, nice, throws hard. I predicted he'd be a star pitcher. What about you? How much would you spend on McClanahan next year in a 260 format, 12-team league?
A couple dollars, maybe. I'm
That's
not.
all?
Well, why would I spend more than that? He's only earned $1 on the season.
I beg to differ. I think he's going to be a good one. What
Okay,
about for this year? You have a choice of Alex Manoah or Steven Matz. Who are you taking?
for this year.
Yes, this year.
Oh my goodness gracious! I would have to take Manoa because how
Manoah
exciting
over
is
Matz.
he? But
Okay.
look, these two are the same pitcher right now. Both of them. When I go to Fangraphs and I compare these two pitchers, and I see that Matz is giving up 1.16 home runs per nine. Alek Manoah 1.22 home runs per nine. Matz is better at not walking batters, but that's to be expected with the youngster. The youngster is always more exciting than the old guy. I will say that I'm going to take Alek Manoah for the rest of the season, but Matz is having a good season. Okay, with
What
Toronto.
did you just say? The youngster is more exciting than the old guy?
Yeah. Well, only in baseball though, Leonard. Only in
Only
baseball.
not in your love life, right?
Right. I mean,
Okay.
Manoah since July 2nd, okay? Manoah from July 2nd through August 11th was his last start that he made. 29 innings pitched, 38 strikeouts, a 1.84 ERA, a .92 whip. The guy is out of control good. And even then, Matt is not as good, but he's still pretty darn good. He's still getting it done, okay? So that's that. But you got to pick the young guy in baseball
I
and the
want to
old guy in all the rest of the situations.
I want to thank you for calling me Manoah this week. I appreciate it.
I called
I
you the
don't.
old guy.
No, you actually called me Manure. I thought
Manure,
it was Manoah.
cow
Right.
manure.
Anyway, Brad Miller. Reese Hoskins is out now. You gonna jump on Brad Miller?
Okay, no, I'm not. Not even if the fact that Hoskins wasn't coming back soon, but he's going to be activated this next series in Arizona because he had a cortisone injection on Friday. So Brad Miller is not good, even with Hoskins out, and now he's really bad because Hoskins is coming back.
Up on Facebook, I put a picture up of me and a ball player who was nice enough to come and take the picture with me.
Who
Who
was it,
was it?
Bill?
Who
Bill?
was it? Who was it?
I don't know.
Luis
Eloy?
Garcia.
I don't know about him. There's about 8 Luis Garcias in baseball.
Oh,
Okay,
the
one
second
of them is
baseman.
a great pitcher for Houston.
Yeah,
There's one
nah.
shortstop, one Luis Garcia, second baseman. I'm not a fan. I don't think he's very good in
Ooh, I
fantasy.
totally disagree. So
What's he
we'll
done lately that you love so much?
we'll talk. He's just a good hitter, and he's
Okay,
a
well,
nice guy who came over and said he would take a picture with me.
oh, where was that at? When in Arizona?
Yeah, that's right.
Was I
What
there
about?
that day?
Well, you were there. What about Eloy?
Yes, he costs a lot.
Next year,
Yeah,
$25 under over.
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 Absolutely. He's come back. He's out of control already. He's batting 357. He
Mm-hmm.
had 5 home runs in his first 6 games. Now he's played
Okay.
11 games and he's still got 5 home runs. But or maybe it was 4 home runs in his 5 games. I don't know, but he's got 16 RBIs and 15 hits, and he's just definitely going to be more than $25 next year.
Would you ever start a Chicago Cub pitcher again in fantasy baseball
This season, no.
this season? No.
Not for a
Cal,
couple more years because they have the worst pitching in baseball. Maybe.
what's
No,
what's
they
what's
don't.
Cal Quantrill worth? Is he
He's
moving up in value?
he's worth more than Shane McClanahan.
Oh, you'd rather have Cal Quantrill than Shane McClanahan. I
Absolutely. No
absolutely
doubt.
disagree.
Hold on a minute.
Disagree.
Okay, first of all, you know how I love Cleveland pitchers, starting pitchers in Cleveland. In Let me say this. In the last 7 starts, this guy has only pitched less than 6 innings one time, and it was a 5 inning game. He has, in the last 42 innings, a 171 ERA, a .98 whip, 34 Ks in 42 innings, and 27 hits allowed. He's been amazing the last 7 or 8 starts. As soon as he got stretched out to where he could throw 5 or 6 innings, he has been crazy good. He hasn't given up he doesn't give up runs. He does have a little bit of a walk problem, but not that bad. I told you from July 10th up till now, he's got a 171 ERA. He's absolutely better than McClanahan, no doubt.
Louis Castillo got
Yes,
rocked. All right, thumbs up or thumbs down for the rest of the year?
thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And
Okay.
next year, thumbs up. I mean, he does have some real dingers, dude. Like last time in August 9th, he pitched at Cleveland. He only threw 3 1/3 innings and he had 8 earned runs. That's a horrible. But if you take this out of the equation, he's been very good since the All-Star break. And I'm a big fan of Luis Castillo. And I'm going to use this season as a way to get him for cheap next year because I am
Okay.
still a believer, big time.
Crystal ball.
Yeah.
Are you giving Willie Adames any MVP votes?
Of course I'm giving him
Yes, you
MVP.
are.
Yes.
Willie Adames MVP. Do you think he has a chance if Milwaukee wins the
They are
Central
going to win.
Division
Okay.
and they look like they're well on their way?
Yep.
You think Willie Adames should be an MVP?
16 of 21 homers on the season have come since he's been traded to Milwaukee in 68 games. And I will say, this guy is a good part of the reason why they are where they are, no doubt about it. They weren't that good without Yelich and all this. I don't know how to say his name. Adams.
Willie Adames. Here's an update. The Phillies and the Braves, 28.6% for both teams. That's what the people think
If
on
they
who
think
will
who's
win
the people are wrong.
on Twitter.
The only team with a positive run differential in the National League East is
I have no idea.
it's the Braves. Pay attention.
Okay.
They're way better than the Phillies.
You think the Braves
Without
over the
question.
Phillies?
There's
Okay.
no question who's a better team here.
Okay. All right.
Eric Haas.
Eric Haas. All right. What about it? So you think he's the real deal?
I mean, if whatever you consider the real deal is, what I know about Eric Haas is that he plays every day. He also plays left field and catcher, so that's how he gets in the lineup every day. His batting average stinks, but he does get in the lineup every day. So if you need a warm body and that qualifies as catcher, then he's the real deal. However, his batting average over the since in the month of August is 200. So it's not great, but he still gets RBIs, he still gets hits, he still runs around the bases and does his thing. He's in the lineup every day. That's as real as it gets.
You want to talk about something very interesting right now? Very interesting. Let's talk. Yeah, you want to talk about bus
or breasts?
Not breasts. I said, Lenny, what?
You can't say breast anymore. You have to say chest.
I'm saying bus, not you just go right there, don't you?
You can't say breast.
I didn't say breasts. I said bust.
You can't say mother.
Is Brian Hayes a bust?
I mean, I don't know why anybody would have thought that he was going to be that great to begin with. Honestly, he didn't do that much in the minor leagues when he was there. So yes, I mean, last year we were completely fooled with recency bias, thinking that he was going to be something more than he is. because what he's doing right now is probably what he's going to do. And so I guess, yes, in a way, he is a bust
Okay.
or a breast or a chest.
Or a
Chest.
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 That's like unbelievable.
Chest.
When will we see Bobby Witt? This year? Next year? What?
I went down the rabbit hole on the Bobby Witt stuff.
You went down a rabbit hole?
Yes.
What
And
was
what I
it?
found
Was a bust.
No, I found that Bobby Witt is unbelievable, dude. He's got in this season alone, it sounds like my major league stats. This is very rare for a minor leaguer to have stats like this. He's got 70 RBIs. He's got 67 runs, 24 homers, 20 stolen bases, a 294 batting average. This guy is, I mean, he's been ready. He's been ready. I don't know what they're doing, but they also have another youngster down there that's ready too, named Nick Prado. He
Yes.
in 19 games, he has 6 home runs and 17 RBIs. That's in AAA, right? So these two guys, between Nick Prado and Bobby Witt, they are tearing up the whole world down in the minor leagues, and they should absolutely, out of all of the 22-year-olds or younger in the upper levels of the minor leagues this year, Prado ranks number 1 in weighted runs created with 160. Okay. They also have a catching prospect, MJ Melendez. He ranks number 2 with 157, and Witt ranks number 7 with 147. So, okay, Dayton Moore is the guy to ask, and Dayton Moore was asked this question on the radio the other day. He says Bobby Witt Jr. is possibly the best player in the minor league baseball right now. He's forcing our hand very quickly, and Moore has outlined in the past that he has 3 basic prerequisites for promoting Royals prospects. The player has to have talent. Hello. He has to be performing well. Done. And there has to be an opportunity. And the problem is that what happens to Adalberto Mondesi if Witt comes up to play shortstop? He doesn't have a spot at the moment. But to make a long story short, both of these two guys, Prado and Witt, we should see them by September 1st.
We are going crazy with the Roto lady first, and now with Crystal Ball. What about Jack Flaherty? You think he's worth? You think he's going to help carry your team to where you want to go?
Why in the world would why is this question even in here, dude? He had a great outing on Friday. He struck out 5. He allowed 2 hits over 6 shutout innings.
There's your
He's
answer.
9-1 on the season.
You don't
For
have to
real.
be a cocky. That's your answer. Just
I mean,
say
these
yes.
questions, you don't even need a freaking crystal ball.
All right, Alex Colomé, is he going to be a closer next year? Will you draft him for next year?
Isn't Alex Colomé a situation? Isn't he just a
That's what I'm asking
he's
you.
a card, this guy.
Do you think next year?
Of course, he's useless if he's not a closer, but yes, I do. This guy, since he took over the closer role in the month of August, he has a 0 ERA. He has 5 saves, no blown saves, and this guy is, you know, his deal and his mental state of mind is, if I'm the closer, then I will pitch great. If I am going to share the role, I am a crappy ass pitcher. So
crappy ass pitcher.
He's the closer. That's it, or he's useless.
All right, don't forget, in a couple of minutes, we're
going to start striking out batters.
We're going to start talking about some of the games. Now, Zach Gallen was one of your top pitchers for this year. Injuries, the whole thing. How much you paying for him for next year?
I'm going to get him at a discount too, and I'm taking him again.
How much are you paying for him? $15 over under?
Yeah, I'll pay 15.
Okay. Jake Odorizzi has 2 starts this week.
He's a loser. He is not a good pitcher anymore. He never was really a good pitcher.
Well, you're going against what the Roto lady said on her show.
The Roto lady said that
2 starts this week.
I said he's worth streaming this week only
That's
because he's on Houston. But other than that, dude, if he was on the freaking Pirates, he'd be the worst pitcher in baseball.
I was going to ask you about Sam Hilliard. Do you agree that with Colorado playing so many home games that you should jump on him for this year?
No, dude. No. I know. Look, the guy was okay for a second. He was hitting home runs for a second, but he has a 36.8% strikeout rate. He makes contact less than 60% of the time. He does take a walk 9%, but here's the thing. In August, the last couple games, he's gone hitless, striking out all the time. His batting average is 0.77 since August 10th. And yes, like if you look at his overall since he came, he's played in 10 games. Since the start of August, he has a 306 batting average. Don't let it fool you. It's a total mirage. He's not good. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, White Sox Al is with us in the chat room. Good
Hi,
morning.
White Sox Al. Nice to see you.
Chris Bassett, will he wind up with the most wins in the American League?
I think he has the most wins there now, doesn't he?
That's why I brought up the question.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Ryu. Maybe Ryu or Garrett
Maybe
Cole.
Ryu.
I don't
All
know.
right.
Lance Lynn, maybe.
All right, a couple more. Does Texas have the worst lineup in Major League Baseball?
Well, according to the stats, they absolutely do.
Okay, that's good. And finally,
listen to this. Their freaking offensive score and if you go to Fangraphs and you sort the teams by offense, they are negative 102. I've never seen a team negative 100 before.
okay.
I don't think I have, but the team right behind them should be even more embarrassed since they have the best home ballpark in baseball, and it's Colorado Rockies. So, I mean, they're pretty bad. If they didn't have Coors Field to be falling back on, they'd be just extremely bad. Go ahead.
Here's a player that I picked up because of you. Okay, and he's helping. I have a really good chance to really do damage in Tout Wars still. I'm inching up. Lamont Wade in 2022. How much will you pay for Lamont Wade? He has been phenomenal. How much Wade and Brinson? I have Wade, Brinson, and Magnarius Sierra on my NL only team. How much you paying for Lamont Wade next year?
Nothing. Zero. Not even
zero.
Look, this guy is having a lucky season. He cannot hit lefties ever. He's the worst left-handed pitcher hitting guy in baseball. He can't hit lefties.
In the chat room. We have to get security.
Now,
big feud in the chat room going on.
I want to say something else real quick about the defense too. Now I'm going to let you ponder this while I tell you another stat. But who do you think has the worst defense in baseball as far as team is concerned? And I want to say one thing about the Rockies, that their offense is so bad, but they actually have the best defense in baseball.
Yes, I don't know who has the worst.
Wait, maybe they don't have the best, but out of 20 teams that I have on this list, because I have only 20 out of 30.
Yeah.
The worst on the list is the Detroit Tigers and the LA Angels.
Interesting. Yeah, Angels I would have gotten. Tigers I would
didn't,
not.
So I don't know why.
All right, so that's the story. That takes care of Crystal Ball.
Crystal Ball.
Crystal Ball.
Let's have a commercial.
Clairvoyant will be coming on next week. So thank you, Crystal Ball. And by the way, Doug Boyle. Now, what time is Dougie on? 1 o'clock or 1:30?
Sometimes I don't know. He usually sets it for 1:30 or 1 o'clock.
Okay.
I don't know. He changes it.
Roto Imbeciles at 7 o'clock at 6:30. Okay, with George. Mm-hmm. Wednesday we got what's his name? The Hap and the Hopeless. It's Hap's birthday on Wednesday. So come on aboard 7 o'clock on Wednesday.
How old do you think Hap is?
That's a good question.
Guess. I think I'll guess.
I would say he's 43.
I'm gonna say he's I'm gonna say that he's my age, 45.
All right, Hap.
Maybe he's younger, and we're
1 o'clock for Doug Boyle. Okay.
Maybe he's 41.
King Slappy. That's what we're going to call him from now on. Okay.
Hapster, how old are you, buddy?
King Slap. 52.
52?
52.
No.
See, but he's got all these muscles.
He can't
be. He's got muscles in his, in his
brain. His head is a big muscle.
Okay. Thank you.
52.
Crystal Ball.
Holy
all right.
Shit.
He's 52.
He's looking good. Guy. Looking good, Hapster.
He's an old guy. I'm only 23 years older than him.
He's not an old guy. Look at him. He's in great shape. He takes very good care of himself.
Okay, ready to talk about?
But he can't kick my ass. I could kick his ass for sure.
Timothy Hooker's in the chat room too. So let's get on with the games. All right, what do you say?
He has a head full of air and lots of muscle body. He has a big head full of air. Just kidding, Hap.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about?
I think Hapster left because of us.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about? How about some of the games? The Mets and the Dodgers. Mets and the Dodgers. I know we're Syndergaard complaining that the Sunday game was moved, and he's not wrong.
He's wrong because he's not even part of the team.
Well, he's not wrong about what he's saying. Maybe somebody else should say it. Okay, you don't have a night game and then have to travel to the West Coast after the night game. It's just wrong.
Let me just reiterate something.
Reiterate.
If you are
Idiots
not,
reiterate.
you can't be an
Re-idiot.
asshole if you don't pitch well. You cannot act like an ass if you're not playing the game good. He is not even part of the team, and if he wants to cry about traveling, then he could stay home and nobody will even notice.
Now, King Hap is disputing his age in the chat room. He said he's questioning 52.
Well, I
All
would
right.
too. He doesn't look 52,
No,
and
he
his
looks
wife
like
is not 52 either. So that's how I know too. She
you
is much
can't
younger than
tell
that.
how old the husband is by the age of his wife.
Well, most of the time you kind of can.
So that means what? I'm 45. All right.
Yes. Oh, you like that? Let me check
Cody
you.
Bellinger. He's on his way back. Tie-breaking double in the 10th inning. The Dodgers beat the Mets 2-1. Will Smith homered in the 7th, and that was the first hit off Taiwan Walker that he gave up in the game.
It's about
So,
time he got out of bed and did something right because he's been an absolute disaster since
yep, that's right. And
lately.
the Dodgers were 1-12 in extra inning games
Yes, now they've
entering the
won 2 in a
series.
row.
Yep, go ahead.
So they are totally coming for the Padres. I mean, they already came for the Padres, but they're trying to come for the Giants. And I would say they have 60. I think how many games are left? 40 games?
Something like that, yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. They're on the East Coast. They're 4-1 on this trip. So look, I'm just saying the Dodgers are something to reckon with. I don't know what's happening with Bauer. He actually could come back. After I reanalyze the situation, as more and more information comes out, I wouldn't be surprised if Bauer did come back. I wouldn't be surprised if he never came back. So no surprises for me. But the Dodgers, they need Bellinger so bad.
Well, he was batting 181 coming into the game, tied for the 7th lowest in the majors.
But he does have 4 homers and 8 ribbies in the last 11 games, and that goes back to the beginning of August. So Will Smith, excellent fantasy guy, and Walker Buehler, what's up? This guy, dude, he's got a major league best ERA of 2.09.
Right.
Did you know that?
Actually, I'm not surprised. But I'll tell you what, the homer was the first one Bueller gave up since he gave up a solo home run to Wilson Contreras on June 24th, 55 innings without giving up a home run. Even Anthony D.B. Miller is surprised at that, right?
He has at least 7 innings, 10 times, 10 starts. He's pitched at least 7 innings.
Mm-hmm. And you think Bueller's going to? So you think Bueller's going to have the most wins in the majors?
Could, but I will tell you to brace yourself real quick and don't fall off your chair when I tell you this. I'm warning you now.
Go ahead.
Okay, hold on to yourself. Michael Conforto hit a home run yesterday.
I predicted that.
Oh, then I guess you're not surprised. Justin Turner, okay, he's a pinch hitter yesterday in the 10th. So that's a good news for Justin Turner managers. He could be returning to the lineup today. So he struck out, but whatever. At least he was in the lineup.
Atlanta and Washington. You ready to go to Atlanta game?
Lindor swung from the left side and continued ramping up his baseball activities, okay? But here's the deal. Nobody knows when he's coming back. Mookie Betts, he's been hobbled out all season. Now he's on the injured list, waiting for cortisone injection to kick in so that he could make it through the rest of the season. But he's got a bone spur, and who knows for Mookie Betts and Lindor. These two are huge disappointments for you if you happen to draft them. I'm ready to go to Atlanta. They crushed Corbin.
Yes, they did.
Patrick Corbin sucks.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
He gave up 6 runs in 4 2/3. He's got the worst ERA in baseball.
And Atlanta's won 9 of 11.
Yeah.
Keeping pace with the Phillies who beat the Reds. And Ozzie Albies 3 hits, big homer. He's got 5 home runs in his last 6 games. Yes, Ozzie Albies. And Max Fried.
And he hit a triple.
What about Max Fried? I'm telling you, I got Burns,
love this guy
Fried,
so much.
and Wheeler in a National League in Tout Wars.
That's how you're winning.
I'm not winning. I'm still behind.
You don't want to be in first. You want to be in second so that when you come around the last lap, you could get that, they call it, I forget what they call it.
Down the stretch. Down the stretch they come.
It's like this way of going around at the very last lap. It's called, I don't know what it's called, but you definitely want to be in the second car back in NASCAR.
Yeah.
You want to be the second car when it comes down to the final lap. Adam
Right.
Duvall, he hit a home run, number 26 yesterday. So Eddie Rosario is coming back. He is
Okay.
feeling good. He's getting at bats, and he is coming back soon. And that could cut into Adam Duvall's playing time, but he's still getting home runs, and you didn't pay a lot for him. So
White Sox Al has a good point with Conforto. 300 last year, under 200 this year. I
that
don't know if I've
that,
ever seen that before.
that three, oh yeah, you did. You saw it with Bellinger. You saw it with Yelich, but Conforto did not deserve that 300 batting average, and I fell for it because I didn't look hard enough. But the numbers are there, and they stand out like a sore thumb. What he did last year, I'm not ever gonna have him in my world again.
Max Fried received a decision in each of his last 15 starts.
Yes,
Allowed one run. I'll tell you if he starts pitching. And what about Adam Duvall?
I just
Unbelievable.
talked about him.
I know you did. I
You were
gotta
talking to
add
the chat room. What about him?
solo home run, 26th home run of the year.
I can't
Unbelievable.
believe he steals bases. Okay, we can't believe he steals bases.
Did he steal a base?
Do you remember that we were listening to someone's podcast the other day and they said that Duvall steals bases, and we were like, no, he doesn't. Adam Duvall doesn't steal bases.
Yeah.
Right?
So is he stealing this year? I know he had 5.
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, he has 5 stolen bases, which is
All
more
right,
than we
big
thought he
deal.
would. But that's more than he ever gets.
I mean, some of the podcasts I'm hearing this year, they were talking about third baseman of all time, and they left out Eddie Matthews. It's crazy.
It doesn't matter.
But
That's their favorite third baseman, not yours.
I don't know. Top 5 third baseman of all time.
Cubbies.
Cubbies, go, baby, go.
Miami beat the Cubbies. Okay, that was the third consecutive win. Chicago, 4 errors for them, and they have their 10th straight loss. But we're not that surprised, okay? But shortstop Sergio Alcantara, 3 errors from him. 3 out of 4 errors. Anyways, this is the second double-digit losing streak for the Cubbies after they dropped 11 in a row. Back on June 25th, right after they were leading the National League Central. And Zach Thompson, I had him in my DFS yesterday, and I was going through.
Why did you have Zach Thompson?
Because I loved that he was going to pitch in Miami, number
against
1.
Chicago. That's interesting. Good.
And I thought he would be good. He was really cheap. I had Chris Sale also. And as I'm going through the box scores, looking at all the stuff, I also had Dansby Swanson on my team yesterday. And I thought, damn, girl, you might win this week. So let me go check it out in DraftKings. And I went to DraftKings, and I did not win anything. And I still scored 125 points, but I had just losers in too, along with my good players. I had Moustakas in, he got 0. I mean, I had a couple just clunkers, but I did have Thompson, Dansby. Dansby Swanson is a must-add in all DFS leagues.
What about Anthony Bender? He pitched a perfect 9th inning, got his 3rd save.
He's a closer right now, so he definitely should be picked up.
Schwindel,
okay. Schwindel, 3-run double. He's 29 years old, you know.
That sounds like a bicycle that I used to ride when I was a kid.
That is a bicycle. His grandpa is probably Schwindel bikes.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's batting .395 with 3 home runs and 12 RBIs in the last 13 games. Don't expect that to continue, but this is a power hitter who will get home runs for you and probably crush you in all the rest of the things. But Brian Anderson home run, 4 drove in for Miami. That's it.
But Alzolay went on the injured list. That's good. You weren't going to start him anyway.
Yeah, he was having a really bad run. This might even be a phantom DL stint for him.
There you go.
He's that bad.
Phillies and the Reds. Go get them, baby.
Go Reds. I don't know why I'm not rooting for the Phillies. I don't know why, but I just don't think they're that good. They began the day tied with Atlanta. They can just be very thankful for that while it lasts, because it won't continue. The second win in the last 5 games. But they did have an 8-game winning streak before that, which put them up there near the top of the National League East. Anyway, Matt Moore we talked about already. And Hector Neris, he comes in, but not to close the game out. He comes in and pitches a 1-2-3 7th. And then Archie Bradley wrecks it all for Matt Moore. Okay, wrecks it all. Anyways, this was one shy of no-hitter. Or was this even a possibility for a no-hitter? Did they play 2 games yesterday?
He had a no-hitter and they took him out.
And they put in Junk.
Well, what are you
And
going to
he's
do?
junk too, so I don't know what you expect. But Andrew McCutcheon hit a homer.
What about Joe? What about Louis Castillo? Is he junk? 3 runs, 5 hits,
He's not junk.
strikeouts, 2 walks,
How is that
6 2/3. That's not good.
Bradley got booed by 25,100 people in
No kidding.
the stands.
Jesse
And
Winker out of the lineup for the second day.
Ian Kennedy, scoreless ninth.
He's going to be evaluated.
If Miggy gets to go against Ian Kennedy or Chris Sale, this is a definite. I'm telling you, let's skip over to the Detroit game because I'm
Just
ready
wait
to
a
talk
second.
about Miggy.
We're in the National League. The Brewers and the Pirates played a doubleheader.
Miggy Higgy.
We talked about Kevin Newman, who tied a major league record with 4 doubles. Bryce Wilson, still winless after 3 starts.
That's
since
because
he was acquired from Atlanta. Well, Colton Wong led off the game with a home run for the 6th time in his career, and that's how it is. In the second game, nothing big. Rowdy Tellez, a 2-run homer.
Yeah, because he came back after sitting out with right knee discomfort. Rowdy Tellez is back and getting it done. And your boy Avisail Garcia. I don't think he played in the night. Did he play in the ninth?
He hit a solo home run to complete the scoring.
Okay.
Anyway,
moving on. Aaron Ashby pitched in the second game. So
no idea. I haven't seen
Aaron
him pitch.
Ashby pitched the first 4 innings and allowed 3 hits. He struck out 4. He didn't walk anybody. That was his 3rd career start. He's a lefty, so he only fell 1 inning short of qualifying for his first win. That's somebody to pay attention to. And Mitch Keller, he's horrible. Lost all 3 starts since he got back from AAA. And that's it. We're moving on to San Diego, who loses to the worst team in baseball by 7 runs.
That's right. And this kid Gilbert pitched 3 times in relief for a total of 3 2/3 innings since making his major league debut. 102 pitches, 64 strikes, pitches a no-hitter.
And his family was there too. His electrician dad.
Oh my gosh, that's terrific.
How fun, right? Okay. Look, he only needed 3 pitches to get through the 8th inning. How is that even possible? 3 pitches.
That's called a immaculate inning.
An immaculate conception.
Inning. Madison Bumgarner. Unbelievable. All right. He was. Wait a second. Pitches. Gilbert was the 15th different pitcher the Diamondbacks used as a starter this year. That extends a club record. The previous high was 12.
Nobody cares about that.
Oh, all right. Go ahead. You talk about Colorado, San Francisco, and tell me about something people care about.
I just wanted to compare Mr. Gilbert's 3 pitches to get through an inning to Joe Musgrove, who took him 39 pitches to get through the first inning. No, 9 batters.
Yeah.
9 batters in the first inning. 39
fantastic.
Pitches.
What's the comparison?
Nobody cares.
You know what I care about? So many people in the chat room. Look, anybody who's listening to the show since we started 8 o'clock, some people go away and then they come back. It's fantastic.
Because they can't be alone. They love you. That's all there is to it.
It's not me, baby. It's not me. Anytime you talk about your busts, it's tremendous.
We're not allowed to talk about busts. We can only say chest now.
Oh, okay. Kyle Freeland, 6 drawing innings, won his 3rd straight. CJ Cron hit his 19th home run.
Love it.
And the Rockies got a rare road win, beating the Giants 4-1.
The Rockies were 13-44 on the road, till yesterday. And the Giants they did have a 6-game winning streak, but they lost, right?
What player has a 16-game hitting streak?
What player?
For Colorado. What player?
Brandon Rogers.
You got to be kidding me. How about giving me some credit for that? He's not a bad player.
Why would I give you credit?
I picked him early in the year.
Him and Hampson suck. Both of them. They suck. Yeah. They stink. They're not good players. But Kyle Freeland, I've been talking about him for about 3 or 4 weeks now, telling you that he started out the season horrible, but he's been okay lately, and he could be just really streamed for matchup purposes. But he won only 1 time in the first 12 starts this year, but now he has 3 consecutive victories. All of them are in August. He had 6 strikeouts. I don't think this is going to be a great future, to bank on or anything like that. But Yuli Chassin, he He's a reliever. He's an effector. Uly's just seen 6 batters that, and then Daniel Bard finally comes in and gets a save. That's 19th save for Daniel Bard. So not a horrible investment on draft day. And Trevor Story did double twice. I feel so bad for Trevor Story, stuck in Colorado. All right.
He'll
Okay.
get out. He's a free agent. He can go out.
And I already said Evan Longoria singled and scored a run
Uh-huh.
after he missed 2 months.
Okay.
Right when I picked him up, he got out. He left to the injured list.
And let's go to the American League, but let's say thank you to Anthony D.B. Miller, Doug Boyle, who you'll hear him at 1, Eddie Heckman, Jay Stubbs, Jeff Utrella, the King Hopeless, the Malpal, the Robert G., Taco,
and Colombo.
White Sox Gal was here. Colombo was here. Good morning to everybody. I forget who else was here, but thank you so much. Taco was here.
Sunny D.
Sunny D here?
No, she's with Taco though. Taco will tell her.
Let's go to the American League. Get Sunny D in here. We gotta get the females in here.
She's probably walking the dog.
You think so, huh?
Maybe she skipped out to go to.
Aren't you disappointed we're not going to Florida to see all these yokels?
I'm fine with waiting because we have next year, and it's just too hectic right now. I mean, I was pretty sad to miss Phil's party, but
yep, it's going to be tough, and we'll let you know as soon as we should know in the next couple of days if the Arizona Fall League is going to allow people to watch the games.
Why do you think they're just going to not have fans?
Because I spoke to somebody there, and they said it's not determined yet if fans will be allowed. That's all.
Why?
Now that
do you
was
know
about
how much money they lose if there's no fans.
They don't. They're
allowed?
not in it for the money. They're not.
Believe me, they are.
They charge $5 a ticket. Come on.
That's true. But
White Sox and the Yankees.
Lenny,
Joey Gallo hit a 2.
Open. They need to have fans.
All right, go. But Joey Gallo hit a 2-run homer in the 10th inning. Second homer of the game. Yankees beat the White Sox 7-5. Go.
It irks me so bad. This idea
that
I irk you.
I don't irk you.
The whole idea that you have to not have fans in an outside venue where you could sit 25 feet apart.
I'm just repeating what I was told.
Well, quit repeating shit you're told that doesn't make sense.
Okay, can I irk you later?
You irk me every day. But the COVID nonsense is getting to irk me, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Irk me when it doesn't make any sense.
What does irk mean?
If you allowed people in that are only vaccinated people are allowed inside venues to concerts and stuff like that, but you can't let outdoor venues have people outside that can sit, like you could sit 30 feet away from people if you wanted to.
So this is a great show. We talked about bus.
Everybody
and we talked about irking.
Everybody in this chat room and around the world is dealing with the same thing.
Wait a second.
Who?
Sunny D.
Hi, Sunny D.
There she is. You can see her. Brightens up the whole chat room with her blonde hair.
Sunny.
Beautiful. Sunny D. I have such a crush on Sunny D. It's not even funny.
In a way. But
that's why we wanted to go. That's why we wanted to go to Florida.
No wonder Hap hates you.
Well, this way I can go Sunny D, and I can walk over and give her a big hug.
And Taco's her husband.
He don't care.
Yes, he does, dumbass.
I'm too old. I'm not.
Yeah, you're probably not a threat.
Not a threat. Jose Abreu with his 24th homer, number 222, third on the franchise list. Chicago White Sox.
That's an underrated. Good. You want to talk about underrated? It's Abreu.
How about Jameson Taillon? 3 runs, 7 hits in 5 innings.
Holy
Dylan Cease, 3 runs, 4 hits in 5 innings. Who would you rather have, Dylan Cease or Jameson Taillon?
Dude, I'm taking Taillon. I'm very pleased about what he's doing. It's unbelievable lately what he's doing. I think he might have the best ERA in baseball over the last, I don't know, month or so.
Here's a name for you. Here's a name.
Bring it.
First of all, Anthony Rizzo out with coronavirus since August 8th. Turned the corner. He was set for a cardiac evaluation. And Corey Kluber.
Who was set for cardiac evaluation?
Anthony Rizzo.
What does that mean?
That's how they examine you. They want to make sure you don't have the myocarditis, whatever.
No, you get that from the vaccine, dude.
Okay. Corey Kluber struggled with his control in a double-A rehab. All right. But according to manager Brett Boone, he bounced back well and felt good. How about that? Then you
I
got Britain who doesn't want to pitch anymore. Holy bouncing back. That's the
He
name
just
of it.
I mean, how often do you hear this crap from a pitcher? I
Uh,
don't think I deserve to. Well, I've heard it before when pitcher feels very annoyed at themselves for having a bad outing, but dude, Britton's been just a mess, okay? He hasn't had any good outings, so I understand his frustration, but you don't really when you convince yourself, if you say things enough time, you will begin to believe them, right? So if you
that's
continue
right.
to say to yourself that you're a crappy pitcher, then how do you expect to get any better?
Chris Sale completed his return. We talked about him before. He gave up home runs to consecutive batters, Austin Hayes, Trey Mancini. But nice to have Chris Sale back. How about that
So
one?
nice. He doesn't ever tell himself that he can't pitch.
He last pitched, what, middle of August 2019?
No, no, yeah, a long time ago. On his
Ra-
birthday, he had Tommy
yep.
John.
Rafael Devers finished with 4 RBIs. Alex Verdugo, 4 singles. And Kiki Hernandez scored 4 times. Baltimore has been outscored 98-32 during their losing streak. Eddie Heckman just fell off his chair.
Eddie Heckman.
By the way, the Red Sox first 4 hitters started the game 11 for 11 with 7 RBIs and 8 runs. So what do you think? Red Sox are getting good pitching, starting to get their hitting back. And look, don't you think the Red Sox are a bigger threat than people are giving them credit for?
No.
Former Andrea Red Sox fan.
I do like the Red Sox, what they're doing. I'm very pleasantly surprised at how good they're doing. I just don't think they have what it takes to get through the rest of the season. Eovaldi is a mess. He's going to be a mess. I mean, you can almost guarantee it, just like Carlos Rodon is going to be a mess because these two have zero history of getting through a 200 inning season. I just don't see it right now. They're resting both of these guys. Really, I'm going to be happy if the Red Sox do well, but it's not going to be based on their pitching. It's going to be based on their Xander Bogaerts, Rafael Devers, these guys. That's
And all right, here's one that's going to irk you. Cedric Mullins. He had a 20-game hitting streak. And you know how he did yesterday?
great.
Yeah, great. He had a day off.
He's still going to have the hit streak will still last though, right? Because he wasn't in the game.
You know, Kyle Schwarber made his debut, came back,
And then rested.
and then and Joey Cora's what's his name? Cora. He says we've got
Alex.
to take Alex Cora says we've got to take care of him. Are you kidding me? And he's a DH. So all you had to do was he had to come up to bat 4 times. Or even if he was DH for half the game, come up to bat 2 times. Are you kidding me? That's the biggest horse manure Alec Manoa I've ever seen.
Alec Manoa is doing great.
How about Kenta Maeda,
He's
Tampa
a
and
lefty.
Minnesota?
He did good too.
Tampa, Minnesota. This kid, Luis Arias, I haven't looked him up recently, but he is playing out of his mind.
He's better than your other guy, Luis Garcia. He's better.
Oh, he is. He had a 2-run homer. Minnesota beat Tampa 12-0. Kenta Maeda 6. You never know what you're going to get with Kenta Maeda. You just don't know.
No, you don't. But he's been better, hasn't he? Been better.
6-4, 3 singles, struck out 4, walked 1.
Okay.
Kepler, Brent Rooker, Ryan Jeffers went deep for the Twins. And Kepler opened with his 12th career leadoff home run off of Michael Wacha, second pitch of the game. Yep. Waka.
Pitching. The Rays are just, what are they doing with this guy pitching? He's horrible. The Rays don't they have a better pitcher than Michael Wacha, dude? To choose
You would
from?
think. But here's the big news. You ready?
Go ahead.
Byron Buxton worked out Saturday morning. He'll be away for a few days to attend a family matter. What are you kidding me?
He can't help it. You can't help family matters. They don't have the timing that goes and coincides with the baseball season.
It sounds like I'm being a little harsh.
Yes,
but
I would
come
say.
on, the guy's trying to come back. The team wants, I don't know.
And then somebody goes and dies on him or something. Really
that's
rude
different.
like
No,
that.
That's not a family matter. That's a family death.
you know what a
Big
family matter
difference.
is?
It could be that his wife is cheating on him
No, she's not.
and he wants to check it out.
She's not cheating on him.
How do you know?
He doesn't need to take off work to find out if his wife is
How do you
cheating on him
know?
because he
How do
has
you
the
know?
money to hire a private
Now, would you take off
guy.
work if you thought I was cheating on you?
Dude,
Yes.
no,
Why not?
because
I
I don't think it. I don't know. I'm trying to
just
come
want.
up with something clever, but I
Yeah.
don't
No.
know.
Well, why don't you talk
It's
about?
serious.
All right.
I
Okay.
would be upset, and I would find out too about it. So don't even try it.
Okay.
But you know,
Uh,
you're constantly out there doing things like
I'm
flirting with
constantly.
everybody.
I'm flirting with the birds. And
Everybody
by
that
the
will pay
way,
attention to you.
Monday our mail lady comes back,
Oh, can't wait. We have a gift for her.
and we have to give it to her. All right.
Okay, well, you're going to be sitting out there when she
I'm
comes
out
around, and
there.
I'll
She's
give it
the
to
only
you.
reason why I'm out there. George Springer, ankle injury.
It's
Tough
true.
Saturday night for Toronto.
Every day, you wait for the mail lady every day. It's very true.
Louis Torrens from Toronto, the catcher, and I just took him out of my lineup.
That
I
guy
had
needs to
him
be in the lineup.
3-run homer off Trevor Richards.
Stop taking him out. You probably put James McCann in for him, right?
No,
Some James McCann
I don't know.
loser.
I have 3 catchers. I have maybe I had Torrens in. No, I think I dropped Torrens
James McCann
because
stinks.
the Arizona catcher came back, Carson Kelly.
I have
So
his.
I dropped him. Anyway, Springer hurt his left ankle as he was trying to catch a leadoff triple off the top of the wall. Ty France hit it. So
Springer.
Springer's just one injury after another.
Okay, first of all, Springer is an excellent ball player. He's
Yes, he
excellent.
is.
If the Toronto Blue Jays, if I know, but if the Toronto Blue Jays had Springer healthy from the beginning of the year, there would be no competition in the American League East right now. None. He is absolutely imperative for this team to win.
Imperative. You don't even know
did.
what imperative means.
It means that he is a necessity. They need him big
Big
time.
words.
So let me just finish with him to tell you an update with the manager. What the manager said. The manager said that he came out of the game because he came down hard on his ankle, right? But that he's got a mild sprain, and he came into the manager's office. I can't remember his name right now, but the manager of Toronto Blue Jays, and he came in after the game and said, "I'm going to be fine." And the manager said he felt a lot better hearing that. But every player in the world says they're going to be fine. He's going to be okay, though. He might not be in today's lineup, but he should be back soon. I don't think it's a real big deal, but he did look horrible when he came down on it.
Abraham Toro just playing great. Singled in Mitch Haniger. He has
16,
been.
How many games straight has he hit since he came to the Seattle Mariners?
I don't know how many.
I don't know, but I think 16 straight games since he was traded there. Or
he's reached safely in each of his last 17 games
since he's been. Yes.
Yeah, but not just hits. He's reached
every
safely.
game that he's played as a Mariner, he's reached base.
And the Mariners, they had that streak of 10 straight games decided by 2 runs or less. Yeah. Came to an end. Okay, came to an end as they played a game more than 2 runs. Justice Sheffield, who's not amount to anything.
Teoscar.
Justin Dunn would soon have his own rehab. So, and Steven Matz goes against Logan Gilbert.
What about Nate Pearson? He made a rehab start on Friday. He struck out
he did?
one. Yeah, at AAA. And Teoscar.
A rookie is a rookie. Did
you mention Teoscar?
No, I didn't.
He had a solo homer in the second, an RBI single in the third, and a double in the fifth. He's got an American League leading 32 RBIs since the All-Star break. He leads the league in RBIs. Teoscar.
Phillies have a 30% chance of making the playoffs. Braves 28, Padres 23, Cincinnati 18. That's the poll that I have up on Twitter. Okay.
I just noticed Tito Francona is out for the season, and it really upset me.
Oh, he's been out for a while. He's got some health problems.
Since the end of July, but he's going to have his hip replaced and all these things.
Yep.
Okay.
Miggy, here we go. This is your game. It's all yours.
I'm telling you, people, to put Miggy on your roster immediately. Put him active. It doesn't matter. He's going to hit. This guy's been on fire since the All-Star break. He's been crazy good. The first few months of the season, he was horrid. He didn't even get a double or an extra base hit until the end of July. But he is great. I'm telling you, Miggy is going to reach some huge career goals right now. Like his 500th home run is coming. Next home run is 500. Plus, he's really close to getting to 3,000 hits. This guy is unbelievable right now, and it's so fun to watch him. I'm just a big fan. I think you should put him in. He's got a great matchups this coming week. He's crushes lefties like a crazy person. I think he's got 4 lefties that he faces coming up here in the next 5 games. Put him in, grab him. Do not let someone else enjoy the wonderfulness of Miggy hitting 500 home runs. You should be on your team, Leonard.
Michael Fulmer got 3 outs for the win. They're going to make him back into a starter.
3 outs is 1
At the
inning.
trading deadline, they're going to trade him. Somebody wants him as a starter. Gregory Soto. I'm telling you.
Who wants him as the starter besides you? Oh, look, I cut him off. He's cut off, Leonard. Just 1 second. I'll be right there. Just a second.
Okay, thank you all for waiting. Phenomenal chat room. The greatest people of all time. We thank you so very much for everything that you do. And part of it is just hanging in there. Okay. That's technology for you. All right. But anyway, here we go as we continue. Wow.
Sorry.
Screaming in my ear. Shane Bieber, by the way, threw a 20 pitch bullpen session. How about that?
Justin, his brother.
Bieber. Shane Bieber. Matthew Boyd started a rehab. If you think he's worth anything.
Freaking do for Matt Boyd.
The Athletics and the Rangers, Matt Chapman. Unbelievable. 2 of Oakland's 5 solo home runs.
Okay.
His second home run was his 100th of his career. And Chapman, he's been struggling.
Yeah, he's been horrible offensively.
Hitting 218 with a league high 149 strikeouts.
So the fact that he's definitely a Gold Glove guy, I mean, he made an excellent catch yesterday defensively, but that doesn't really help out fantasy people. They do not care about this defense stuff.
But it keeps him in the lineup, even when he's struggling. That's what people don't realize.
Right.
That's why we talk about players who make errors when they can't afford it is a problem.
My advice to anybody, which is take it for what it is, half the time it's wrong, but my advice would be to not to continue playing him. I do think that if you waited on him this long and you still have him, he's absolutely getting better at hitting right now. And he did have some struggles because he was hurt last year and he's still really trying to get it back together. I think he's going to have a better season next year offensively, but for now, keep him in. He's going to keep hitting.
Starling Marte, 2 hits, extended his hitting streak to 12 games. Mm-hmm. He's only played 14 games with the A's since coming over in a trade with Miami. So, and who is Yohel Pozo?
Yotel? Is it Yotel?
Yohel. Yohel. Pozo. 2 for 4. He went 2 for 4 in his debut. Another 2 for 4. Yeah. He'll be he's Texas rookie. They're gonna play him. That's for sure. So pick up Yohel Pozo.
No, don't pick him up.
Sonny, not Bozo, and Sonny D still hanging out in the chat room, walking the dog. Okay, pretty good. Yes, she is. She's a beautiful young lady. and tacos. Josh Harrison missed his second straight game, ligament.
Doesn't matter.
Well, not ligament, right quadriceps. And how about Jed Lowry, Mr. Met?
He's
He
having a
played
great
2
season.
years for the Mets, didn't get a hit.
Ah,
Didn't get a hit. He got more hits in this game than he did with the Mets in 2 years.
Didn't he play for the Red Sox at one
Yeah,
point?
he played before. The Mets signed him as a free agent, made a big deal. He has a minor injury. He'll be okay. It lasted 2 years. Then he leaves the team and he becomes a star.
The poor
It's
Mets.
unbelievable.
The poor Mets.
Sean Manaea, Indiana State University, goes against Colby Allard. All
I
right,
was reading
go,
the
man.
worst places to live in the country, and one of the Indianas, was it?
It had to be Gary.
Is it Gary, Indiana?
It's the only one they told me.
Where's that restaurant that we went to?
In Indiana?
Yeah, that restaurant where you cook your own food.
No, that was Peoria, Illinois.
Oh, there's another state. What's the other city in Indiana where it used to be really? It might be where your school is. Where it used
Terre Haute?
Not Terre Haute.
Terre Haute's a nice town. It's actually pretty good.
What's next door to Terre Haute where it used to have the
I still talk to two of my old girlfriends.
I know you do, Leonard, and I do too. Because I like them too. And,
yeah, we went out to dinner with my girlfriend from 1967, and we met her in Terre Haute. She brings her daughter, and she says, "Great to see you, Lenny. It's been a long time." She introduced me to my daughter. She said, "Remember?"
Yep, I do.
That was pretty funny.
What was the city that's the worst place to live in the country? It's the worst place to live in the whole country.
All right, let's finish. We got people in the chat room. Okay, we gotta, do something here.
Go ahead. Go.
Jake Myers hit the first 2 home runs of his career, including a grand slam, and the Astros shook off Shohei Ohtani, who hit a major league leading 39 home runs. Unbelievable. Louis Garcia, the pitcher, had a wobbly start, pitching 6 strong innings. Yeah, wobbly. And Kyle Tucker placed on the injured list for health and safety protocols. What does that mean?
COVID. Something. COVID.
Okay. COVID.
That's what health and safety protocol means. It could really mean phantom injured list. You need a rest.
Jordan Alvarez had 3 hits, 2 RBIs. The Astros scored 3 or more runs in their 22nd consecutive game. That's a club record.
Bring it
After
on.
6 games of a 7-game homestand against 2 of the best offenses, the Angels are 2-4 against the Blue Jays and Astros. They've been outscored 32-17. Unbelievable.
Okay.
Also, Yuli Gurriel, neck stiffness.
Yuli came back yesterday, didn't he?
Did he come back? Yuli Gurriel was reinstated from the injured list. You're absolutely right.
Activated. Hello.
Last game.
Okay.
St. Louis and Kansas City.
Okay.
And you mentioned Nolan Arenado before. Why?
Because he's underrated.
You think he's underrated?
He hit his 24th homer yesterday.
Yeah, and I mentioned at the beginning of the year that even though he's leaving Coors, he's going to the National League Central that houses a couple of band boxes. So he homered, drove in 4 runs.
Band boxes that's not true.
Well, Milwaukee, Chicago, come on, he could hit home runs there.
Well, you didn't think that when he left Colorado. You were saying the exact opposite.
No, I said he's playing in some good home run hitting parks in National League, better than San Diego. Better than I don't lie very often. I don't lie very often. I don't.
Maybe you forgot then, but you're lying.
And Mundo Souza 4-for-4. Holy mackerel! Let's talk about busts. Tommy Edman had 2 hits and 2 RBIs.
Edman is a bust. He's been a bust lately. He doesn't even bat leadoff anymore. He's pretty much useless if you don't have him at leadoff, right?
J.A. Happ goes against Chris Pubic today.
That's it. Okay, Bubic.
Oh, Bubic.
And he's a good pitcher. He's going to crush J.A. Happ, okay?
Paul DeJong was scratched with back tightness.
Junk.
And there you have it.
That's it.
There you have it. We got to say thank you to so many people, really. I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of people in the chat room for over 2 hours, or at
I'm
least
going to
2
the thrift
hours.
store today because they have a sale.
Andrea DB Miller, thank you, my
Andrew.
friend.
His name
Captain
is Andrew.
15, thank you. Doug Boyle, 1 o'clock for Dougie today. Eddie Heckman, the great Eddie Heckman, the chairman of the board. James Caprion,
That's a
tremendous.
picture. He's a
Jeff
good picture.
Trella, I want to do a podcast again. Come on, Jeff. King Hap, Wednesday is the Hapless birthday. So come
You
on
better get
over.
your Lorenz, and I'll be having a bottle
7
of
o'clock.
Lorenz.
It's the Hapless birthday. Bring him home. Malpal, who's
Whoopee.
investigating the entire country right now from the chat room. Robert G, thank you. Sonny D, we got Robert G, we got Sonny D, we got Taco, we got all the guests. Next time you come in, please go up to where it says Lenny Melnick Fantasy Sports, click on it, and register. It'll take you about 15 seconds, and that's it. We can identify you. Join the Lenny's Legions team. And don't forget, every morning at 9 a.m., we're here in the chat room. What a great place. Have a great Sunday, everyone, says Sunny D. Unbelievable. Great
I'm
job,
cutting
Andy.
you off now. Goodbye.
All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.
Okay, see you then. See you at 1 and 6:32. Bye.